Hey guys, we're here at the Playmobil booth, New York Comic Con 2018. I'm here with Sarah. Sarah, thank you for having us.
No problem.
I grew up on Playmobil, not the Playmobil that you see here, but a different version of it. And now Playmobil has launched out into bigger licenses that you recognize from movies and TV shows. And obviously behind us we have Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Ghostbusters and what we can expect.
Okay, so we actually launched with Ghostbusters last year, and it's been phenomenal. It's huge. I mean, if you're walking around this show, you've seen tons of people dressed up as Ghostbusters. There's such a huge avid fan base, and so we started with kind of the iconic core line with your Firehouse and your Stay Puft and your Slimer and your Ecto-1, and then this year we branched into Ghostbusters 2, so figures and characters, still the same characters, but showing them their renditions from the second film. And then we also did the real Ghostbusters, which was the classic cartoon series. So that's all last year and this year. And they've all been really super successful for us just because of this great nostalgic fan base that are still really active today. But then next year is actually the 35th anniversary of the original film. And so to celebrate with Sony, we are launching brand new product that's going to be really not only geared towards kids, but collectors as well. So there's going to be classic like 6-inch collectible figures based around the 4 main characters. There's going to be an Ecto-1A, which is the vehicle from the second film, with all of the figures as well. And then we're doing a collectible edition 4-pack of the original figures. And it's shows like this that make you realize like why sets like these are so important. And the expansion into licensing just makes that possible. So we're still the same core Playmobil that you played with as a kid. But we've branched out into these kind of entertainment properties as well, and they've just proven to be really popular. So.
And introduced it to, right behind us, a whole new audience. These kids are growing up being introduced to what I grew up on. And you know, it's cool to see that. My own daughter had no clue what Ghostbusters was, and introduced her to the Playmobil Ghostbusters. And then the new movie came out.
It's so true, yeah.
You know, there's different views on the new movie, but still strong female characters, I believe in.
And great cast in general. No, you can't just be with the actresses. They were all amazing. So
you look past some of the other stuff and the fact of the old movie, and I think overall it's a good movie. But yeah, introducing it to my daughter, so now she knows who Ghostbusters are. And if you walk around here, you've seen people dressed up, as you said, people in the whole outfits. Now you said the 4-pack that's coming out. Is that going to be the larger scale? Actually, let's walk over here a little bit. So so we have the larger figures. We have the smaller ones with the
Ecto-1A.
1A. So are these going to be the ones that are in the 4-pack?
So these are the 4-pack.
Okay.
And then this is one complete set on the second level. So with the Ecto-1A, you do get each of the main Ghostbuster figures in their Ghostbusters 2 uniforms, so the black uniforms with the pink slime. And then these up here will be individual, so that you can collect them individually based on the figure that you most connect with, or all 4 if you want, but they'll be individual 6-inch figures.
And now these are 100% Playmobil. These are not Funko.
No, these are 100% Playmobil.
Okay, and how have you touched on like the packaging yet, or do you know how these are going to be packaged?
So, for the most part, this is going to be more geared towards collectors. I said. So the packaging will definitely be geared more towards
like a blister card type of.
So it's going to have window pane. Definitely, the 6-inch figures and the collectible 4 are going to have window pane, so that you can actually see the figures inside the packaging. And it's going to be a real kind of specialty packaging for collectors. So if you're a kid and you want to play with it, by all means, rip open the packaging
and tear it apart.
But if you're that person who really just wants to leave it in the box and put it on a shelf, then the packaging will match with that style as well.
And so this looks like there's some lights in there.
There will be lights and sounds.
Okay.
Because we are all about authenticity, and working with Sony, they'd have it no other way as well, I'm sure. So we're really about being true to what is being displayed. So if it's the Ecto-1A, it really needs to match the Ecto-1A, and the Ecto-1A has lights and sound.
And so the figures are going to be sold separately, or is it going to be a box
set? No, those 4 figures will come with the Ecto-1A.
With the Ecto-1A.
Yeah.
So you pretty much get everything you need with that one set.
Exactly.
Okay. And are there plans to expand on that for the anniversary with those figures?
So there's the potential of something special for Comic-Cons next year. I don't want to say too much.
Like an exclusive, or?
Mum's the word. No,
okay.
I don't know. Maybe, but there might be something cool. And obviously, there's going to be, I'm sure, tons of fan events and activities going on around the 35th anniversary in general. And Playmobil will certainly be doing their part to celebrate as well. So.
Okay. And as we were talking about introducing to, right behind us, we have younger audience.
Yeah.
The real Ghostbusters, they did really well.
For us,
for you guys,
they've done well. They only launched a few months ago, so those are new towards this year, and we're still going into the holiday season, which is obviously when most people buy toys.
Of course,
but they have. I mean, like I said, people who obviously the classic movie has probably the biggest following, but the people who are classic movie fans followed it. They followed it over the years, and so they followed it through Ghostbusters 2, and they followed it through the real Ghostbusters, and so that fan base just follows with us as well as we launch new products to match with those franchise properties.
And what about the holograms? I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can use the phone to change to create the holograms. Is that something that you're seeing that fans are liking, taking to?
Well, I think Ghostbusters in and of itself just is welcoming to technology because it's such a fantastical thing, and technology can sometimes seem really fantastical, but it's just a really great fit. It's a good application for the product. And so to be able to capture these hologram ghosts is just, that's what these figures, these characters do. And so it just takes the theme as a whole to a new level, because now it's not just your imagination, but you can actually bring that into your play of capturing these ghosts with these sets.
And you're mixing the technology with the toys.
And it just fits well. It's not a stretch for Playmobil to have this technology, so it goes well hand in hand. And it's not super complicated, so it's cool, it's fresh, but it's still something that a kid can play with, and that's what's most important to us. We want to make sure kids can play with our products.
Exactly. Your products, there's a little. You gotta put them in together. I'm trying to think of like the right word.
There's a little bit of construction.
But
we're not a construction playset.
It's not Legos. It's not.
No, and that's a huge distinction. I mean, Lego is a construction brand, and they do construction very well. But I would never claim that Playmobil is a construction brand. Playmobil is an imaginative playset. It's all about imaginative play. And whilst many of our sets do require some building, they do require some assembly. Once they're built,
assembly. That's what I was thinking.
There you go.
Assembly. I was lost for words. I kind of remember that word.
But once it's built, it's pretty much there, and then that structure is the jumping off point for a storyline for a kid. So, and it can be the starting point for 15 different storylines. It's up to the kid. It's like the sky's the limit, essentially. So it's a very different realm, and imaginative play is really the core of Playmobil.
So here you have two big licenses. You have, obviously, we talked about Ghostbusters, and then if we move over here, we see behind us Dragons.
Yes.
That's the sequel to How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, so it's based on the second film, so How to Train Your Dragon film, and it's Dragons has always been something Playmobil has done very well. They've done Dragons themes many times over the years, very popular with kids. And so when moving into the licensing realm and the entertainment realm, it was a really, really natural fit. Like, no one does Dragons like Playmobil. And so taking such a popular Dragons storyline, kids love this story. And they're actually, there's a new movie coming out next year. They've already launched the teaser trailer, and it just looks really cool, and I know people are really excited about that. All this product is based on the second film, but they all have really mobile dragons. Like, they do what they're supposed to do. Toothless shoots darts out of his mouth. He has a back that lights up.
I like the catapult launching, the sheet catapult.
Oh, crossbows fire. Everything is doing what it should do.
Like you said, it has working parts, but it's not over exaggerated, but it has its working parts. All right, so it's no secret that Toys R Us has closed.
It's true.
Sadly. You guys had a big presence in Toys R Us. Throughout the years.
Yeah.
You have and I hate to say it this way, but you have your generic brands, and then you have as far as you guys, you have your generic police, fire, construction, and then you have your licensed brands. You guys are still around.
Of course we are.
You guys are thriving. Could you tell me a little, are we going to see? I've seen in Target now. I've seen in Walmart that you've had some stuff set up. Will we continue to see that branched out to fill that void that Toys R Us left? The other big box retailers, are they stepping up?
So Toys R Us definitely left a void, but branching out to those other retailers has always been part of Playmobil's distribution plan. Like, we want to be able to get to as many children as possible, and partnering with retailers like Target and Walmart and .coms like Amazon, those are very important to us. And it's also extremely important to remember that specialty toy stores, they're still a core part of the business today. Like, you cannot overrate the fact of walking down the street and going to your neighborhood toy store. And so using all those channels is really our best way of getting to as many kids' playrooms as possible. And that's really our goal at the end of the day. We want to make sure that people can connect with Playmobil. So I'm sure that we will definitely continue to be distributing in all these various channels, and we'll always be looking for new ones as well. And while of course we're all sad, I mean, I grew up with Toys R Us. I grew up with Jeffrey.
We all did.
It's very upsetting, but at the same time, there's always new opportunities, and we'll continue to explore those just like everybody else. But you can't overrate like the core values of Playmobil, and I think people just appreciate that. So that's why we're still here.
And I was very surprised. Like I said, I've seen in Target. And specifically lately, I saw the setup in Walmart.
Yeah.
And that just took me back to, like I said, when I was a kid, having the police setups, having the fire and the construction, and now seeing that, like I said, obviously we have kids back here, a new generation.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that, even though those are big box retailers.
Yeah.
The mom and dad shops are still around, like you said, the specialty stores.
Of course.
And as long as we keep that around, everybody will get a piece of pie.
There's something for everybody.
Yeah.
Playmobil has, like you said, they have their core line and their license line, and they actually go really well hand in hand, so you don't have to pick one or the other, but everyone picks the assortment that works best for them, and then that's how we get it into the hands of kids. And that's, like I said, that's our ultimate goal, is to make it sure that kids have access to Playmobil, because we want them to have access to imaginative play.
What other licensing properties are out that you've shown already? I know there was like a soccer, there was like the World Cup. So
we had FIFA. We had the FIFA World Cup for the World Cup this year. And so it was a take-along arena, and we had the different team players. We've done some Porsche vehicles in the past, so this I think is our third or fourth year with Porsche. We'll be continuing with Porsche vehicles. We've done some small stuff here and there, but we'll be continuing in with bigger licenses. I can't say what, I can't say when, but this is definitely just the beginning for us. And I think
the dinosaurs. I remember at Toy Fair there was like a dinosaur.
There's a dinos theme, but it's not licensed.
It's not licensed.
All Playmobil.
Okay.
100% Playmobil.
It was interesting. I saw it. You had the tree houses. You had the different dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It was very cool. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
My pleasure.
Guys, Playmobil, Toy Fair. It's only a couple months away.
It is. It's not that far.
We'll be back.
We'll be here.
And I can't wait to see what else you guys have in store.
Thank you so much.